All right, after a wild race, week number 1 is over with for the GLSR Black Horizon Truck Series, and tonight, well, it's round number 2, and we come to the honeymoon capital of the world, and that is Pocono, Pennsylvania, the Tricky Triangle, as some might know it as we get you ready for a very interesting race, and easily could be known as the weirdest named race of all time. It is quite possible. As tonight, from the virtual Pocono Raceway, we welcome you to the Pythagorean Theorem 200. 80 laps of racing, and of course it's presented by Knupp, by the way. 80 laps of racing, 3 sets of tires, 100% fuel. It's going to be a wild race when it is all said and done. Qualifying is underway right now here from Pocono, Pennsylvania, as we get you set and ready to rock and roll for this race. It's race number 2, of course, of the regular season, which consists of 10 races, and of course the 14 races that consist of the season here in the Black Horizon Truck Series. So where do we sit on, well, where this track is located? Well, we actually have a way of checking, and by doing that, we bring in Google Earth. I had it set up, but something happened to it today, and I got to figure it out. But anyways, there's Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle track, out in the middle of nowhere off of I-81 near Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. 3 different corners. You have a 15-degree turn 1, which is up there in the top left, which is built after Trenton Speedway. Of course, turn 2, the tunnel turn, that is built after the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which is over to the left. And right to the bottom of the screen, turn number 3 on the track, that was done after the Milwaukee Mile. So all 3 turns right there on this track sets you up here at the Pocono Raceway. And there's where we are as we get ready. Packed house here this evening. Qualifying is underway. Let's take a look at the schedule. For season number 8, of course, as I mentioned, Pocono tonight. Then we go to The Rock next week. Port Royal in 2 weeks. But tonight, race number 2. 80 laps here at the virtual Pocono Raceway. Again, race number 2 here this evening. Getting you ready to rock and roll. Got a big crowd here tonight. A big field and what looks to be a pretty strong turnout here. 38 trucks about to go racing here for 200 miles around this Tricky Triangle track. Say that 3 times fast as we go through the starting lineup here for this race. It will be Justin Bondurant on the pole here from Pocono. Congratulations to Bondo. I can actually fix his name now. We don't have to worry about the whole playoff thing. Ricky Springer, he'll start there outside of the 11 truck. Jason Dalton, he'll start inside row 2 alongside J.W. Miller. Sean Peachin, great qualifying run for him alongside the champ Sam Fontaine. Drift with a good qualifying run. He'll start 7th alongside William Martin. Jeremy Frere and Ben Pierce, good qualifying effort for the Georgia driver. They're starting in the 10th position. Matt Telder, Jacob Black, he'll be starting in the 12th position for this race. Row number 7, that's where you'll see Josh Gagnon and Christopher Dean. Row number 8, Brandon Alphin, Season 6 champion, alongside quasi-teammate Alex Bryson, TIX and TI Racing there on that row. 4X Racing and Jason Branch will start 17th. Drayton Cook in the outside of row 9. Row 10, Lucas Strayer, Luke Daniels. Alex Cummings and Caden Atkins in row number 11. Row 12, Chris Evans, who apparently has the same truck that he wrecked last week. I'm trying to figure that joke out. And Dalton Wilson starting there on the outside of row 12. Row 13, Brian Sutphin and Blaine Sparling. Sutphin, of course, the winner last week at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. William Calhoun, Season 1 champion, will start next to Cedric Ingram. Peyton Johnson, Tim Averill, row number 15. Row 16, Cam Ingram and Travis Icavacci. Dane Cruz and Bryce McCune in row 17. Row 18, the Canadian driver Anthony Keys. Look forward to seeing him work his way through the field tonight. He'll start alongside Stephen Miles. Row 19, Robert Lukens and Anthony Marshall in this 38-car field that has made the appearance here tonight. Again, here's the race information. 80 laps, 3 sets of tires, 100% fuel. Of course, 71 degrees ambient, 51% humidity under partly cloudy skies. And the track should be getting warmer here throughout the race as it is just going to get warmer this afternoon as everybody rolls off for the reconnaissance lap. Want to give a shout out to Ricky Springer. Actually, give me the idea about the map thing. I want to give him a shout out. I didn't get to do it properly tonight. Just ran out of time on it. But a cool feature that we want to do here on the broadcast. And one other thing we want to do on the broadcast is talk to a driver. Want to try to do as much of a pre-race show as possible. Wasn't able to pull that off here this evening, but one thing I can pull off is talking to a driver. And what better driver to talk to than the man who won this race, or not this race, but the first race of the season. Brian, you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right, bud. You're getting ready to come to the green here. So just shortly, how you feeling? Got a little momentum after week one. How we feel about Pocono?
I don't feel like I have much momentum right now. I gonna have to save my tires and stay out of trouble and just do the best I can, bud.
Absolutely. Well, should be a fun race here, so we wish you the best of luck, and let's see if you can go 2 for 2.
I appreciate it, man. I'll give it my best.
Yes, sir. KJD2 and the winner from last week in Vegas at, of course, being Brian Sutphin. We're going to move him to the channel. Again, 80 laps of racing from Pocono. Green flag. Here we go. "15 degrees of banking into turn 1. Sliding up the track is Bondurant. Got to be very careful. There's a bump there in turn 1 that we talked about. Look at this. 3, 4, 5 wide almost down the front back straightaway here. The Long Pond straightaway, as it's known as. They got to funnel down to 2 wide somehow here. Down the short chute after the 9-degree turn number 2. Shaped after Indianapolis to turn 3, which is like the Milwaukee Mile, which, by the way, we'll race at later this season. Oh, and J.W. Miller. And this is going to be a big wreck. Miller's around. Others going to pit road. Who else am I seeing in that pile? I am not seeing many damaged trucks here. Miller's got a lot of damage on that 6 truck. Looks like Alphin and Telder went to pit road to avoid this, and we're going to have the first caution. J.W. Miller getting turned around. I'm trying to see how other trucks are with damage here. I'm trying to see that red. But there's J.W. unfortunately involved in this accident. Might be Blaine Sparling, the other truck involved in this. Let's get the replay here. So Miller's on the outside of Bondurant. You know what? Bondurant caught the rumble strip. 24 gets involved. See Dean involved. Jacob Black with some damage. A lot of trucks trying to scramble. I think that's exactly what happened here. Just one of those things. There's rumble strips in the entrance to turn 3 right there. You can see there's rumble strips. And yep, Bonder gets on it. Sends him up the track. Gets into him. That's Cedric Ingram there behind him. He's going to smack the wall. Peachin gets a little bit of damage. That's Fontaine, by the way, that red, black, and white truck. So that is the champion. That has that damage on both sides. So not a good start for the champ here at Pocono. Let the French fly. A caution out here for the first time. See if we can get another replay. Let's go on board with Ikavachi here. The boss man. Down to turn 3. He's riding inside there. It's Cedric Ingram there. Everybody's trying to scatter. It looks like the 3 worst with damage appears to be Miller, Sam Fontaine, and maybe Jacob Black, but we got others on pit road. It appears here Jason Dalton, the 4 truck, is on pit road with damage. Unfortunately for him, Drift, he's got some damage. Jacob Black and Christopher Dean. So this ended up being about a 6 to 7, 8 truck wreck. And it has definitely scattered the field. And all of a sudden that new team of Pierce and Springer, 518 Motorsports up here in the front after lap 1. Well, that worked out perfect for them. But an unfortunate break for others involved. Should get one to go this time by. Our camera snipe presented by TrackCams22.com. You can check them out online on Facebook, on the iRacing forums. And more importantly, at TrackCams22.com. No one, unfortunately, is perfect, as they say. And Bondurant, I'm sure, is going to feel bad about that one. The Pythagorean Theorem 200. Now, the interesting part about this sponsorship, it's Luke Knupp Racing who sponsored the race. Luke is actually not here tonight. So, unfortunate deal there. We do appreciate Luke, obviously, putting his name on the race, which is cool. And he just came up with an interesting name for a triangle. And, of course, the Pythagorean Theorem, if you don't know what that is, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It's actually one of the rare things of math I remember from school. That I remember. As we get ready to come back to the green flag here at lap number 4. Oh, never mind. Caution lights are back on. So likely with 100% fuel, you're looking at a 2-stop strategy right now. You can get to about 30 to 33 on a tank of fuel. So obviously if you do the math, you go 30, then you get to 60. And then the 20 laps to the finish here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some cars, or trucks in this case, come down and get fuel here, top it off. Luke Daniels, the Indianapolis winner there, 3rd. Jason Branch, Alex Cummings, your top 5. Brian Sutphin up to 6th. You've had a lot of trucks come to pit road here. A lot of guys that started towards the back have already jumped up into the top 10, top 11 here. And we didn't even complete a full lap. Appreciate the viewers tonight. I see DGR Glitch watching tonight. Of course, the future Mrs. Sparling there watching tonight. And Volante. Jason Clark is watching from 1,500 miles-ish, I believe it is. I don't know the whole transformation from miles to kilograms, or kilograms to kilometers. I think it's like 1 per, 1.5 something or whatever. Tyler Brewer's saying go team before his race. I think Brewer's watching. And then Zach Allman is still hoping his record doesn't get broken. I mean, I do know of one way for Zach's record not to be broken. That's for Zach to be in the race. Just saying. Pace car is going to pull back in, and we go back to green lap number 5 here at Pocono, virtually on iRacing. Appreciate everybody watching. As the teammates trying to tag team up top, up front. As they go into turn 1 and caution back out. More issues. Another big wreck. Cam Ingram involved. The 14 adrift, the 3 of April. Jeremy Frere also involved. I think Calhoun got some damage. Blaine Sparling unfortunately damaged the 59. Do I dare turn this? Let me make sure. Let's see where this all starts. It's funny, one of the big conversations this week was restarts. Somebody got out of shape. Oh, Cedric Ingram, and then Caden Atkins gets turned. Bondurant's involved. There's a ton of trucks in this. So it starts, it looks like Cedric Ingram gets out of shape here. So let's see if I can find a different view here and go on to Cedric. He's not going to be a happy camper. He's a good follow on Twitter, by the way. Let's, Spice is nice. Not where you're unfortunately involved in a wreck. Let's see what happens here. Everybody's shifting up the 4th gear right there. Here comes Sam. Or is that Martin? That's William Martin. Going to give him a bump, and it's just going to send his truck to the outside. And he's going to get way out of shape. And you see the 5 gets up into the 8, the 59, and they just pile in. Evans is in it. That's Robert Lucan sliding into 33. There's Drift. I mean, this is 2 pretty good-sized wrecks here. So a lot of people getting damaged here. So let's watch it now before we go green. I want to watch it at full speed. If I could find him, man. There he is, Cedric Ingram in the 19 here. So Martin's going to get a run. He's going to try to help Cedric here. He's not trying to do anything malicious, but unfortunately, if he hit him wrong, it turns him sideways into the wall. Everybody's going to check up. Into the wall again. Into the wall again. Caden gets turned behind him. And there's contact with Alex Bryson, and then others get turned. So a big topic here so far in this race. Restarts already. And starts. Unfortunately, to make it to lap 80, you got to finish. And when you start and restart, and you can't get to the get turn 1 or whatever before we get going on a run, it's kind of hard to do, unfortunately. You know, they made it to turn 3 on the start, in fairness. But as Unit Circle of Pain is writing, I don't know what the hell he's writing. So the Ghost Toyota Tundra up front of Ricky Springer. Ben Pierce, his teammate there, second. Luke Daniels, third. Jason Branch up there, top side, fourth position. Alex Cummings there in fifth. They come through turn 3 of the triangle. Here we go. Pace car is in, and Springer will bring him to the green flag here. Lap number 9. Let's see if we can shake off the rough start, unfortunately. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell you were saying. I'm like, what? Down to turn 1. And once again, they're spread out back here. 3 and 4 wide. Everybody trying to get whatever track position they can. You see Sean Peachin in the 1. The 95, Bryce McCune up top. Sam Fontaine there in the middle. Well, unfortunately, we had a 10-lap head start, but we do get our first lap under green complete. One thing we should not overlook is on a 2.5-mile track like this, going pretty much 10 laps under caution can play a role in the fuel mileage of these trucks. So that could play a role. We got to watch those who started or went to pit road late in that run there, because those guys could end up trying to stretch this fuel out maybe into a two-stopper, or until a two-stopper, but definitely trying to shorten up the fuel stints. So they work their way into the tunnel turn 3 now. Branch up to the 3rd spot. Luke Daniels there behind him. Alex Cummings, Peyton Johnson up there in the 6th position. Another great run. Anthony Keys, how about this guy? Started 35th and is up to 7th because of all the action here early. On board a Canadian driver whose parents are usually watching the stream. So Mr. and Mrs. Keys, if you're watching, hello. One key that we do need to talk about a little bit with this racing here is if you cannot complete a pass on that inside lane. You see that Spicy Schemes number 15 truck of Peyton Johnson. He's able to complete the pass there, but if he stays to the inside here, he's got to be very careful. He needs to complete that pass into 3, or else he is going to get freight trained on the outside of the front straightaway here. Let's see if he can do it here. See if he slides up on Luke. All right, so watch this now. So Luke's in the train with Alex. And here's where Peyton just gets closer and closer. And you see Anthony kind of just checked up to be careful there. Obviously doesn't want to get in the back of him. As Johnson going to complete the pass on that 40 Raceway. Number 28. Down the Long Pond straightaway. Springer out to about a half-second lead right now on Ben Pierce, who's got about a full second back to Branch, and then a full second back to this battle. Hey guys, just checking out of curiosity. Audio on my end, too loud, too soft, sounding good, distorted? Let me know, please. I've been having some audio, not difficulties, but been told I've been too quiet at times or whatever, so I've been trying to make sure it's right. Sounds good level-wise on my end, but just want to make sure I'm good. Lucas Strayer joining this battle with Josh Gagnon. There's the 7 truck of Stephen Miles. Stephen having a great run last week. Unfortunately, had an incident there at the end. Trackside is a whittle quiet. Okay. Let's do this then. Obviously, the goal is I want to balance out because you get a lot of people that will either have a loud mic and no race sound or a lot of race sound and no talk. I try to balance it, you know, because everybody wants to hear the race just as much as they hear this annoying guy talking. So we got the pack up front here, and then we got this second pack of trucks back here. These are all guys mostly that had damage fixed or have tried to pit for strategy. There you see the RSD design trucks there, the 56 Caden Atkins, the 46 Dane Cruz behind them, Travis Icavacci there in the 13. Back here, 3 wide, going to turn 3. Gagnon making a move inside of Luke and Strayer. Oh, who was that got close? Was that JW or Brandon? Both same paint schemes. Almost got the outside wall, turn 3. Ooh, low contact there. I got you. I'm more just worried about being distorted. I'm told that the gold on OBS is good, or the yellow, so I'm in the yellow, so we're good. Check out Bryce McCune back here. He is battling with William Martin, the Aurelio's Pizza truck. Everybody shuffling around for positions. So you wonder how much strategy maybe has changed in this race after pretty much the first 10 laps of this race under caution. Dane Cruz there, the 46 behind Brandon Alphin. There's his teammate behind him of Caden Atkins. Oh. Well, nobody said anything about Monday after I was told. Front here, Ben Pierce has not let his teammate really get away at all. The 2 518 trucks pulling away here to about a 1.7 second lead over Jason Branch. As I mentioned, Peyton Johnson having another great run there in the 4th position. He was having a great run last week in Atlanta, and unfortunately something broke on his truck from what he said. Now what he didn't tell me, it was the fact that it was traction that broke on his truck. Drayton Cook off the pace. Not a good night for that driver so far. Now, is that obnoxious sound with that app, if I may ask? Here you see the top 6 trucks right there on screen. Your first side-by-side battle is back here. Lucas Strayer inside of last week's winner, Brian Sutphin. Fair. Because usually those guys on Sunday and Monday night, they're on top of me. Like Sunday, they told me right away, like, your mic was terrible. I was like, oh. So Lucas and Brian battle here. Brian holding them off right now. Of course, Sutphin got his second career win last week at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Want to remind you, if you haven't had a chance to do so yet, you can check out the GLSR website, GreatLakesSimRacing.com. Your chance to play fantasy racing. You actually get to pick 4 drivers from the league and a chance to win a prize from Butt Kicker. Big shout out to them for being a part of our contest again this season. Basically, the top point scorer each week gets a raffle ticket and a chance to win that Butt Kicker. Also, big shout out to Edward Setup Shop, the official shop of GLSR. And it looks like Sutphin's going to let Lucas go by, but here comes Gagnon to the inside. How many times in my head I want to call Josh his nickname, but it would not be clean. There's a nickname we like to call him. Now, here's that inside line. Watch Josh now. He's going to fall back with the draft. Three wide back here with Josh and then William Martin also, and then Bryce McCune. The Michigan driver there in that 95 truck. We hit the quarter distance mark of this race. Here it's getting close for this 4th position. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all here. Branch is falling back to about 2.7 seconds. And now to the inside goes Alex Cummings. Alex, the regular season champion from last season. Unfortunately, had a rough race last week in Atlanta. And that 4X driver there in the 12 having another great run tonight. Got to be very careful in this tunnel turn because you'll swing up there and easily take each other out. I remember back in the heyday, they always used to say, hey, do not go side by side in a tunnel turn. Now they go through there 2 and 3 wide almost at times. This part of the track's almost multi-grooved right here. Eight trying to get around that 12 and they get up at that top groove. That's where that bump is at, and it can always cause issues if you get to that a certain groove there. Look at that now, side by side as Stephen Miles comes into the picture now. All this going on, lap number 23. We're about 7 or so laps before that first round of pit stops. You're enjoying the broadcast tonight, make sure you do hit that subscribe button, please. If you're watching us on Facebook, which you can do. If you're watching us on YouTube, which you can do. If you're watching us on Twitch, which you can do. If you're watching on Twitter, guess what? You can do. We are available on all, what is that, 4 platforms, I think it is? Whatever you prefer to watch on, you can likely catch the Captain Esports Network live right here with you from the Pocono Raceway tonight. The GLSR Black Horizon. Oh, caution is out. And it looks like it is for Josh Gagnon. I don't see any damage, but let's see what happens. the 79 car that brings the caution out. Oh, Luke Daniels got into him going into turn 1. Simple lazy spin there. No harm, no foul for the most part. But this opens up the window at least to create a one-stop race. Yeah, just missed judgment there. And Captain Fronto, his YouTube name, goes for a ride. So window open, they'll come to pit road here, and that'll open up a one-stop strategy now the rest of the way. 55 laps to go. Tires are pretty important here. Nobody takes 2 tires. I talked about this on the stream, or on the podcast. Ooh, Ricky, maybe a little undecisive there. Decides to go ahead and come in. Everybody pretty much coming in. Travis Icavacci, Matt Telder. On iRacing, I just don't see many reasons to take 2 tires. Just my opinion. 4 tires and fuel. I think. Are people topping off their fuel? I'm seeing some short pit times here. No, it's 4 tires. I'm sorry. I missed looking at times here. Springer wins the race off pit road. Everybody pretty much 14-second pit stops. Oh, track position, I agree 100% is huge. I just don't know. Some reason on iRacing, I just don't see, unless you're like at the end of the race, you've barely used any laps on tires, and you get to a point where maybe you can sneak with 2. Otherwise, I mean, it's a very slow window, or a very small window, I think, for that. And I feel at the same time, though, I just don't see a 2-tire point without it hurting you, especially with how unpredictable the truck. I mean, if you went and did 2 tires in practice and you know what it's going to do, then okay, go for it. But I'm one that doesn't. I'm going to step away for a quick second here. As we come back, we'll get you more racing here from the Pocono Raceway. Virtually should be getting one to go this time by, so we'll step away for a quick second. Come back. Green flag action coming up here on the Captain Esports Network.
This is your chance to get behind the wheel. The opportunity to race just like the pros. From the grassroots levels, where we all got our start, to the most popular race cars on the planet. From the fairgrounds of Nashville to the high banks of Daytona, to tracks that will never be forgotten. Realistic driving, intense competition, all from the comfort of your own home. This is the ultimate motorsports simulation. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to the Pythagorean Theorem 200 here at the virtual Pocono Raceway. The tricky triangle. I am the captain. We appreciate everybody joining us here this evening. as Ricky Springer going to be restarting second. One truck stays out here. Travis Icavacci, the boss man, that purple Halloween-looking truck, going to restart this race P1. Ricky Springer will be second. I see the Springer clan has joined us. Hello, Julie. Hello, Delaney. Appreciate you guys. Ricky usually brings himself a family crowd with him. Here's Cummings and Jason Branch, your top five as we go back racing here. Lap number 27. Icavacci going to get a pretty good start here. I was wondering a little bit about tire spin, but wasn't worried too much as I would be at like most tracks. Let's see, Icavacci's going to get out of the way of everybody here. So Springer's going to go to the lead. Alex Cummings in battle and with Ben Pierce for second. Now, I'm not sure what the 13 strategy is, but obviously he knows what he's doing in that truck here, being very careful. As they're 2, 3 wide there. Strayer, Peyton Johnson, those guys down to turn 3. There you see the 7 of miles. Here comes Sutphin, all these guys going by. Look at this. Alex Cummings inside of Springer for the lead. No stage points. And I just realized who War is. Thank you. I'm like, considering the whole time, like, who's War? Who's War? Who's War? Casey Carrington. Hello, sir. Good to see you. What the hell is that app you're talking about, by the way? Through the tunnel, turn down the back straightaway. Cummings being a little defensive or trying to create the snake. Springer jumps back topside here. Battle of Toyotas into turn 3. Springer dumping all that air on that spoiler. I got enough apps on my phone. Alex up there getting in that bump a little bit. That's what caused him to go up the top side. Springer to the front. Here comes his teammate Ben Pierce with him. Peyton Johnson joining the battle. The law firm, if you will. Pierce unable to take advantage of the pass on the bottom side here. Now he's lost second. Likely going to lose third to Peyton Johnson. That's what I was talking about, how tough it is to complete a pass. If you're going to do it, you have to do it on entry, or else you chance yourself to lose a position or two. All right, which Jacob are you speaking of, Mr. Glitch? Because there's like 3 of them in the field. Bryce McHugh back here with William Martin. Sean Peachin trying to battle up through the field here with the 87, Anthony Keys. Thank you. By the way, that's a challenge in itself right there. As Strayer, and that 41 up, caution back out. Oh boy. I'm not going to mention any names, but I'm going to let Mr. Glitch figure out who it is. And I'm just going to click the replay button. Boom goes the dynamite on the 24 truck. unfortunately, he's going to stop, and that is one area over in the track that where it actually does bring a caution out, is right there on the back straightaway. Hey, I didn't say anything positive about Mr. Black. Now, it sounds very mean of me to say, but I didn't say anything of like he's running really well right now type of thing. Chad that's not a commentator though. That's would that be crowd curse maybe? Audience curse? I don't know what we'd call that. Is it bad that the commentator has found the caution, but the admins and them in the race can't find it? All right, got some pit stops happening here. Icavaci obviously coming in. Dalton Wilson, it looks like. Sparling, Ingram. Going to come to pit road now at lap 30. It's still in the window of only a one-stop race. Hey, I'm a meanie, okay? Have you not learned this yet? Let's, I'm just listening to chat here real quick while we're under the caution here. Got a driver that I want to talk to. Where the hell is he? Well, for some reason, I was going to talk to Peyton Johnson, but Peyton Johnson is not in our Discord. We're going to be coming back to one to go before green. Let's do this. Let's, real quickly, let's show off the schedule. Again, if you're just joining us tonight here for the GLSR Season 8, the Black Horizon Truck Series season. Tonight, second race, Pocono Raceway. Next week, it's Throwback Week at Rockingham, North Carolina Motor Speedway for race number 3. Port Royal, the dirt track, week number 4 in 2 weeks. That's going to be interesting. And in Montreal, week number 5. That's going to be a home race for a lot of the league members here. Talladega, week 6 on October 12th. And then it's the Milwaukee Mile, Myrtle Beach. Look at that stretch. So we go from Rockingham, a 1 mile oval, to a dirt track, a road course, super speedway, a 1 mile flat track, short track, Michigan to complete the regular season. And oh, by the way, that's the 100th race in series history. And as I've said before, all 100 races have been right here on the Captain Esports Network from the start. Iowa Speedway, race 11, the first of the playoffs. Most Sport, Indianapolis, and Chicagoland to finish it off. And always a reminder, Black Horizon Brewery. If you get a chance to go up there in the Chicagoland area, that is where the brewery is, and you can check out some awesome beers. And if you listen to the podcast on Sunday nights, usually Sam pops the top on one. And if I was closer to Chicago, I would myself too. But yep, Georgia's not the closest trip to Chicago. As we come back to the green here, lap number 34. Come up to the halfway point, it's our chance. If you got speakers, turn them up. As we're going to turn it up ourselves here in the Captain Esports Network. Brian Sutphin just hit the outside wall, turn 3 into Chris Evans. No caution, everybody stayed straight. But Brian Sutphin has hit the outside wall there in turn 3. We're going to continue green, so we're going to continue wide open here. All right, pace car's coming out as a caution is out for the 5th time. And pace car's loose in 1. And I think this caution is for Brian Sutphin. See if I can find. It happens over in the turn 3 area here. Let's see. Branch is in the middle there of Sutphin. There's Sutphin sideways. Gets into the side of the 38 of Bryson, I think that is, and hits the outside wall. Others check up and get involved. Jason Clark's driving the pace car officially over in turn 1. Let's rewind this the old school way here real quick. Oh, contact with Peachin maybe? And maybe some net code there potentially involved. 26 gets turned. And there he's just in a 4-wheel slide here. Unfortunately, he's trying to catch it, and bam. Hits the 38 of Bryson. And unfortunately, it's going to shoot him back to the outside wall. And then others are going to ping pong in here. There's a little Chet Telder gets hit by somebody there. It looks like maybe Evans, I could say. And then Dean gets in there also. Caution out here for the 5th time. So, unfortunately, a little bit of wrecking happening tonight in this race. But once again, not the easiest track to put a bunch of drivers that might not be used to each other out here together. I mean, obviously, a good portion of them have raced with each other, but this specific group of them, maybe not exactly. But Ricky Springer's pretty much led from the start. Peyton Johnson having a fantastic run in the 3rd position. Lucas Strayer there in 4th. And And that's correct, Clark. But at the same time, you also got people coming back. That's what I mean by this group not really being around each other too long. So we'll get one to go this time by as they re-rack here right at the halfway point. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we all predicted it. Once again, a reminder, if you haven't had a chance to do so yet, sign up for your chance to win some cool prizes as part of the fantasy racing at GreatLakesSimRacing.com. It is your chance to win a butt kicker prize each week. If you can have the top lineup, you'll be put into a raffle drawing. And that drawing will be for a butt kicker. And, of course, Edwards Setup Shop, the official shop of GLSR. And, of course, Luke Knupp Racing. Should give him a shout-out. He's not here tonight, but he did sponsor this Pythagorean Theorem 200. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. The old math. Let's see if these guys settle down and we get ourselves into some green flag racing here. As we come to the halfway point, lap number 39 on the board. Shout out to our admin, Kevin Davis, doing his job tonight. Appreciate what he's doing, voluntarily helping here. Should say at the same time, he kind of reminds me of those old Daytona 500 videos. If you ever watch those on YouTube or any of the old NASCAR classics, you had Bill Gazaway was the NASCAR guy, and they would always shoot up to him in the press box, and he'd be like, all right, pace car, time to pull off. You can go now. Kind of what Kevin's doing at the restarts. It's really cool. Kind of reminds me of old school, like. 2 and 3 wide. Down the Long Pond straightaway. And through the tunnel turn they go. Oh, I ran over my camera. That'll cost some money. As we come by to complete the halfway lap here, lap 40 of 80. And again, still a one-stop race to the finish of this thing. You see the snake forming on the front straightaway, the old weave, if you will. Everybody trying to break that draft as you watch Dane Cruz there inside of Sean Peachin, right behind Jason Branch. Congratulations there, Tyler, by the way, you and your wife. Cruz continues to chase, and the battles are getting tighter and tighter with this draft going to work here. You see Lucas Strayer trying to draft up on Cummings. .39 laps to go Inside for battle for the lead. Peyton Johnson trying to get it as he steals second away from Alex Cummings. Johnson continuing to trying to fight Springer. Cummings, Strayer joining the battle. Ben Pierce is still in there. How about Anthony Keys? How about the top 10 all within 2 seconds? The racing really starting to pick up now as we get closer to the end with the cautions. Bringing everybody together here. We ride with William Martin here. I'm going to throw the dashboard up here for a second. Let's let you guys sit back and enjoy a lap. If you've never been around Pocono, enjoy this one. There you go. You see how the draft works out at the Pocono Raceway. Very interesting track, how much you brake and how much you don't brake. You're just off the throttle here, right back to it, turn 2. Like I said, a lot of Indianapolis in that corner, especially the banking and stuff. So Alex Cummings has gone back to second as they get trapped behind a lap truck there of Drayton Cook, who tries to get out of the way there a little bit. But Alex Cummings has gone back to second. That was going on when we were riding on board. Yeah, Brian, unfortunate, buddy. Good effort, though. Springer not able to get away, but he's in a fight up there at the front. I mean, there's battles everywhere. I mean, look at it like this. You look down the straightaway, it's like you cannot see really a big split at all, as here comes Cummings with help from Peyton Johnson for the lead. And he got him. Alex Cummings to the front. The only other driver not named Ricky Springer to lead a lap tonight. As Strayer trying to get to the outside of Johnson as Johnson squeezes him a little bit. Springer's going to cross over here. Somebody want to explain what Swedish fish are? I know what Swedish meatballs are, but not Swedish fish. Rewind back here. Stephen Miles. The Bully Dog Coffee Mobile. By the way, type in, go to Bully Dog Coffee, and you can type in Go Bully Dog and save on coffee. Just saying. Candy, thank you, Julie. I wasn't sure. I've never heard of them. I don't get out much. Like a gummy. Oh, something I might need to try then. I remember gummy worms and gummy bears and warheads and things like that. And you had the old candies like Sugar Daddies. Right, yeah, I know Ghost is an energy drink. I see those in stores and I've been tempted to try one, but I'm like, Lucas Strayer coming for second. It's all about momentum here. And unfortunately, Ricky's lost some momentum getting past now. And here comes Miles. Here comes the 46 also. Yeah, Ghost is an energy drink. If you go to, like, I don't know if there's a quick trip or something like that. Usually that's where I see them. Quick Trip or a racetrack or something like that. That's usually where I see Ghost energy drinks at. Oh, caution is out for something. Apparently there's a wreck in turn 3, I'm being told. One truck smoking. Josh Gagnon's involved. Is that Lukens in the 33? He's involved. They're not turtles, Casey. They're warheads. I could see already a Kyle getting pissed off or something because you throw warheads out the window. Anyways. Now you see the smoke right there of whatever took place. I heard, I think it was Sam Fontaine made mention of a wreck in turn 3. So let's see here. 3 wide, Luke Daniels. Oh, 3 and 33 get together. And then Gagnon, nowhere to go, drills him. Averill goes around, so it looks like 3 trucks involved, and all 3 going to be out of the race, unfortunately. Robert Lukens, who had a great run last week at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Tim Averill and Josh Gagnon, the Vegas driver there. Yeah, I guess that's a good way of calling it, huh? Swedish fish with energy drinks. Yeah, that's a sugar rush. I was starting to reference like the old school candies, like Sugar Daddies and Charleston Chew and stuff like that. And again, you know where to go. Pile drives in. All right, so 6 caution is out. 31 laps to go. Pit window is open here. You still have 2 sets of tires to use, so I'm assuming these trucks are coming to pit road right here. Ricky Springer, unfortunately, lost a little momentum there. He's falling back to the 4th spot. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting sponsors this season, I've noticed. Here come the leaders. Everybody in their pit stalls, it looks like fairly clean. That's Drift doing the drift move. If you don't know what that is, I'll explain it in a second. Race off pit road. Going to go to the 15, I believe. Peyton Johnson. Lucas Strayer. We got some pit strategy here, I think. Once again, I'm wrong. I thought so. But everybody 4 tires in fuel, it looks like. I thought it was pretty quickly coming off pit road, but nope, I'm wrong. We do have Jason Dalton staying out, drift, doing the old drift move. If you don't know what the drift move is, the drift move is you come down pit road and you drive straight on through, you come back out, and you come back into the pits and you take tires and fuel at 1 to go. It's a move that I do a lot with him, especially at super speedways. All right, so we haven't really had it. Looks like a penalty to Blaine Sparling. Too many boxes in the pits. Let's talk to the regular season champion from last season. That's Alex Cummings. He joins us here in the booth real quick. Alex, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, you're restarting sixth. You and Ricky even put on a pretty entertaining show up there at the front. How you feeling about this restart here? Obviously, we're going the rest of the way, likely on fuel. You feel like you can win this?
If you asked me at the start of the race, I'd told you no. I'm not normally real good at this track, but I'm slowly figuring it out. Just got to minimize the mistakes. Not off to a great start there. Pit lane, I slid through my box, so we're back a little ways, but just try to keep it clean and get there at the end.
Very underrated pit road is because of the way that the shape is, and not to mention a lot of up and downhill.
Oh, yeah, it's tricky, and I just learned that the hard way, I guess.
Better to learn now, I guess, than later. But anyways, good luck. Restarting sixth there, and look forward to watching you, bud.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Alex Cummings won the regular season championship last season, part of the Lap 1 Legends. LOL, otherwise known as. All right, I'm going to turn the audio on here for a second. Let's listen. Kevin's going to hate me for this, but let's check out race control here.
But if you pull over on the track, you will be parked. Come on, guys. Let's tighten it up in the back, or we're going to be making another pace lap here.
Inside line, be careful.
Later, you are set to fire inside the restart zone.
Isn't that cool? That's like the old school NASCAR races on TV. Way to go, Kev. All right, Dalton leads him to the green. He did not pit. Down to turn one. Lucas Strayer got the apron there a little bit. Peyton Johnson gets loose. Ricky Springer gets loose. And a wrecking. Stephen Miles, Ricky Springer. Bryce McCune involved. Sean Peachin. J.W. Miller. This is huge. Christopher Dean. I saw Strayer on the apron for a split second, and it checked everybody up. Now, fortunately, a lot of cars involved in this one. Anthony Keys, Drayton Cook, Fontaine. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of red on my screen. Let's, I think Pierce might have a piece of this. If anybody who's watching can get into the race, you might win by default. So this is going to start right here. So obviously Dalton has no tires, or he's on older tires here. Strayer's going to get a run into turn one. He's there. Dalton gets, oh, you know what? Strayer just gets in shallow, clips the apron right there. That's going to shoot him up the track. And then you see Lucas gets loose, and then Peyton gets on the brakes and gets loose. Ricky gets tagged, or tags Peyton, who then gets tagged by Miles. There goes Ricky up into Miles. The 18 to 12. '87. There goes Branson to the inside wall. Bam, Springer gets clobbered by Cam Ingram. Telder gets sideswiped by Miles. There's Sam Fontaine involved. They're still wrecking. Let's see who else we got here. Anthony Keys up there top side. Ike Avachi's just moseying his way through here like a Sunday drive in a hurricane. Cam Ingram or Cedric Ingram back there. All right, let's we're going to view this in real time. You know who I'm going on board with? Let's go on board with Travis. As a Talladega wreck has broken out here at Pocono. He gets sideswiped a little bit. Oh, he gets clobbered from the rear. Somebody arced him. You can see how the truck jerked forward. All right, so I thought Travis got through it. He didn't. Dalton Wilson, your view. Wow. Okay, watch out for the manhole covers. How about William Martin? Happens right behind him. Wow. All right, let's go on board. Unfortunately, Ricky Springer involved in this. Let's What a safety in these trucks now. The guy didn't even move. And my request of you for the chopper. All right, we're getting ready to go back to green here, so let's... Jason Dalton, no tires again, leading this race. Lucas Strayer. Ricky Johnson. Peyton Johnson. Dane Cruz, Alex Cummings, Travis Icavachi. Your top six as we come to the green. That shook up the field a little bit. Where's my Yahtzee can? Shake that ice up. "38 trucks started this race. There are 15 trucks on the lead lap. Look at Peyton Johnson go to the lead with help from Dane Cruz. And up the middle comes Lucas Strayer. Cruz up to third. Alex Cummings going to go to fourth. And you can see not a lot of trucks left after that wreck. I'm looking over here trying to see who's on track still. So from 15th down, Tim Abril is the last truck on the lead lap in 15th. Blaine Sparling is still out there. Bryce McCune is on track. Josh Gagnon is still running laps. And Drayton Cook is still running laps. So that's what, 5 trucks I mentioned? So 20 out of 38 trucks on the track. So if I'm somebody out of the race right now, I would get back out there on track and running laps if you can, because you're going to gain a lot of spots. Playoff points are going to be at a virtue this season. And how about the law firm of Peyton Johnson? Yes, he's actually a lawyer or attorney or an assistant or something. He's somebody important, apparently. Lucas Strayer got his first career win 2 seasons ago when he was part of Millennium Motorsports. He's there in second. Dane Cruz, who's got a couple wins for the, I don't know if you want to call them notorious or historic PPM group. I'll let y'all decide that one. He's in third. Of course, Alex Cumming with the Lap 1 Legends there in fourth. And teammate Luke Daniels, the Indianapolis winner, here in fifth. Remember who won Indianapolis? Just saying. If you go back to the podcast Sunday night, I said, go back to look at the Indianapolis results, see who ran well there. That was your first key to get your fantasy lineup put together. And then obviously who's run well here in the past. Ride with Dane Cruz, the 46. Red Sim Design looking for their first team win. Everybody's good to go on fuel. So is this when I tell... What's your legal team name? Johnson pulling away to about a 0.3 of a second lead over Strayer. Dane Cruz in third, as I mentioned. Actually trying to find something here really quickly. Patrick, is that when I, is this when I make mention I'm actually one of your, drivers in another series? Just saying. All right, so, God be with me. Let's pull up some drivers who have been involved in some wrecks here, been wanting to do this a little more. I was gonna pull up Sean, but Sean said he was here, but never mind. Where you at, Sean? Well, that's in that league. I gotta behave over here because I'm in the booth. I gotta be unbiased. Peyton doing a great job. Lucas Strayer trying to put pressure up on that 15. The draft's starting to work a little bit there. You see Luke Daniels kind of hovering back there. William Martin, he's got himself a win in his career. Now Raylio's Pizza Truck. A lot of the trucks out here still running. I'm like looking through people to see who's out of this race and not on track still. A lot of the trucks are actually still running for people that you know what? Oh boy, this ought to work. Let's talk to this guy here. Let's bring Dean up here. Dean, you got a copy, buddy? If he wants to talk, he might not be happy.
What?
There you are. Hey, buddy. Wanted to bring
How's
you
it
up
going?
here. Well, unfortunately, not as bad of a night as yours, unfortunately. Let's talk a little bit here. And I know one thing I wanted to do is talk more to drivers who might be involved in some action throughout the race. And unfortunately for you, you've been involved in a couple things tonight. What happened in that last wreck, unfortunately, that finished you off?
Last wreck? I don't know, man. I can just tell you, I mean, on lap 1, something happened with the leaders. To me, and from what I've heard, it was Bondo trying to side draft hard on lap 1 and got loose and wrecked or caused it. I don't know, man. But it's been all downhill from there. So I had about 5 minutes of damage and trying to hang in there. My teammates are cheerleading me on, and this is where I'm at.
How much more damage you got left? I'm looking here. You're still on pit road. Obviously, 10 minutes. What are you looking at? A couple more minutes?
I'm actually exiting right now. I had about 9 minutes of required and 2 minutes of suggested.
All right. Well, we'll let you go get in the truck then. Go do your thing.
All right, appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Christopher Dean there, heading back on track right now in his KJD2 truck. Unfortunate for him that he is off the track right now. The Ganion's still out there running. Everybody's pretty much still out there running. Ben Pierce on pit road. So the front four have singled out a little bit here. Then it's back to William Martin, who's about a second back. And it's another second back to Luke Daniels here. Running in the 6th position, J.W. Miller. Back there at 7th with Fontaine, Dalton, and Wilson. Like I said, this field is kind of thinned out a little bit. So that's the other thing, too, is when you have drivers that unfortunately wreck out. As Cruz looks to the inside, unfortunately leave. So I don't get a chance to talk to those guys, but appreciate those who have hung around. As Cruz is going to go for second inside of Strayer as they come up on a lap truck. Lap truck's going to stay low. That's Dean just coming off pit
Come on,
road.
Chris, you can't do that, bro.
It's going to scramble everybody around. And Dane's going to go for the lead now. Side by side, 1st through 4th, going for the lead at Pocono. Another lap truck. Like I said, this has turned into a Talladega race almost. Peyton got that bump, turn 1. That's going to cost him the lead. Might cost him 2nd. Here comes Strayer with the momentum. Should be an interesting podcast talk come Sunday night with Sam and myself. I know Sam's going to be looking for a guest as Peyton gets a really good run off the back straightaway. Had to hang a dead left on Cruz. He's got him. Boy, for somebody who has been picked on a ton in the boxing ring during the offseason, Peyton Johnson has shown life. Hell, I even picked on him because I do the same thing back to me and stuff. We all have fun. It's fun in that room. Ryan, I feel the same way in that language, buddy. Somebody check on Brian. I think the cat just got across his lap. Five trucks as William Martin has joined the battle underneath the blanket here. Meow. I think Clark purrs. Oh, Strayer got the outside wall, I think. You're absolutely right, Brian. I mean, we said it from the start. I mean, that's why, I mean, these races are so unpredictable. Oh, Ricky's alter ego. Oh, hold on, Peyton. Don't. Yikes. That's if he's happy enough to be in the booth. Does Ricky want to be in the booth? They're going to be coming to 10 laps to go. Dane Cruz driving all the way down to Philadelphia to try to break the draft. There he is. You're already in here. I see you pulled yourself in there, Mr. Springer.
Hello.
Hi, Sam.
Ricky, you there, buddy? There
Yep,
he is.
10-4, I gotcha.
Yeah, there you are, man. So, unfortunate break there is we're watching these guys. It looks like a Talladega race out here with everybody passing lap trucks like every corner.
Sorry, Dalton. I was moving.
Yeah,
down, I
absolutely.
realized
These guys
I
side
got
by
out.
side running door to door the whole entire race with only 10 laps to go. These guys have been driving hard the whole entire race at a very tough break for a couple of the drivers in the accidents this evening.
Including you in that ghost truck there, man. That was, it looked like just a chain reaction. I think Lucas just made a mistake there, clipped the apron, it looks like, and then you had to, Peyton there behind him got loose, and then you got checked up, and then Steven got checked up. It just kind of chain reactioned.
Yeah, one of those unfortunate circumstances with all the drivers that have inexperience. So it's kind of one of those things that a lot of drivers will start to learn throughout the season, but still a lot of great guys still going on in this race.
What have you seen so far out of this field? I mean, it's like Brian kind of said in chat there. He's like, you know, it's the depth in this field is kind of unreal, and you got so many guys here battling.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a really big skill gap between I'd say through the top 20 on back, and these drivers tend to close that a little bit. And you know, a lot of guys running close together that sometimes don't usually run up there tends to create calamity. But looks for right now with 9 laps to go that these drivers running pretty closely and pretty clean, maybe green to the finish.
I was gonna say, who are you liking right now up here at the front? I know you and Cummings had some great fights for the lead, and then Dane now's pulled away to what 4/10 here. Peyton, you know, has looked good. Strayer's look good, and then William Martin sneaky back there.
Absolutely. Cummings going through turn 1 into the tunnel turn now down the short back straightaway. He definitely has some great speed in the long run. I saw that earlier on in the race before the truck ended up, unfortunately, on pit road for the evening, but has some great speed in the long run, and I think he really has a great shot of running up front.
Sorry to cut you off. Peyton Johnson has smacked the wall off the tunnel turn, and he's going to lose 3 spots. That might be the end of him. You hit that outside wall with this truck, it's done pretty much.
Absolutely. The damage really affects you here at Pocono, especially because of the huge draft lock. Me and Ben T. Pierce had a huge draft lock over the field before the first caution came out after we got a run at the beginning of the race, and that was huge for these trucks here. So you get in the wall even in the slightest bit, and these trucks are done for the evening.
What was that name?
Ben Pierce. I said Ben T. Pierce.
Ben T. Pierce. I was like, wait a minute. See, we added more letters to his name?
Hey, that's what it says in iRacing. You know, I got to follow it.
Ben T. I like that. Ben T. Pierce. It's like going on a venti white chocolate mocha or something. It actually sounds good right now. Oh, Dane
Nah,
Cruz is
I'm
going
more
away.
of a pumpkin spice guy, you know?
Well, it's that season. I mean, right now you're getting pumpkin spice anything. What's the weirdest pumpkin spice you've seen so far?
I'm gonna be honest. I prefer the donuts. Those are a little weird, but you know.
I don't know
Also,
that.
you go to some of the different kind of shops, and they have like a vape pumpkin spice stuff and stuff like that. So that's a little weird. I haven't ventured out to that.
I'm still trying to remember the one at the grocery store I saw a couple days ago. It was ridiculous. I'm like, come on, you guys are out of control here. Just give it time. We'll have pumpkin spice shampoo and pumpkin spice deodorant. It'll be coming. Then we'll have pumpkin spice smelling sheets.
Well, I hope it's not pumpkin spice. I hope it's pumpkin.
Yeah, that's a good point.
A big difference there.
So Dane Cruz looking for win number 3 of his career. His last win came at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, old school style, back in season 5, I think it was. 5 or 6, I have to look back at that, but looking to put Blaine Sparling in victory lane with his new RSD team. Kind of a Jeff Gordon look on that truck.
Yeah, great paint scheme. There's a lot of drivers that have good paint schemes in this league here. A lot of great painters that decide to make their own trucks for this league, and I'm completely a fan for it as long as they have those contingencies on there, Chris. I mean, the trucks look absolutely awesome, and I mean, on the broadcast, that's what we love to see.
Ah, Casey in chat says pumpkin spice cologne. Would that spice things up?
I believe so. I think it would add a little spice to your life, but I don't know if that's a spice that your wife would be looking for.
I've got cool whip jokes in my head right now, and I'm keeping those away. Which is funny, we talk about Dane Cruz in the 46. Jeff Gordon's original number was supposed to be 46.
Was it really?
Yeah, if you go back, there's actually photos online back when the DuPont car was revealed. It was the 46 car from Days of Thunder.
Well, how about that?
And which is kind of the inspiration behind the Cold Trickle number 46. But 4 laps to go, and Alex Cummings 2.1 seconds. So Dane Cruz is literally pulled away in what has been the longest green flag of this race.
Yeah, and I believe Cummings there maybe had an issue with those lap cars running 2x2 in front of him. This push-up of the draft in front of you is really bad here at Pocono, especially in the trucks. So these drivers having to battle that all race long, but I think that was huge with the lap trucks there. And we might see a close-up here, but I don't know if 4 laps is quite enough time for Cummings to get back to lead and challenge Cruz for the win.
Yeah, it looks like Dane just continues to be quick here. Last lap was a 56.55. He had a 57 flat for Cummings. You mentioned the lap truck getting in there. 56.94, 94 from Martin and Strayer also.
Yeah, and those 2 trucks are battling really hard. Strayer and Cummings really going at it for the second spot here. That's not really what they need. They need to kind of get in an organized line here with 3 laps to go and try and push for Cruz up at the front, but a 2.5-second gap is going to be a lot to gain here with just 3 laps to go at Pocono.
Well, the other issue you have, Ricky, is he's 3/10 faster by himself than the other 3 trucks. So I don't know what Dane has done to save tires or something, but that truck has come alive.
You all right, mate? You got damage?
T as in terrific, maybe? I asked what the
Killed.
T in Ben stands for.
Absolutely.
Terrifying, terrestrial.
Man, that sucks.
I got nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah,
Being out of the draft
it's on
here
the outside of the
definitely
tunnel and
definitely
stuff like
helps
that.
these drivers. I feel like Cummings would be a little bit quicker outside of the draft, especially being up front, but obviously with those trucks
You can
behind
complain
him
to me
and
all you
trying to
want,
battle
man.
and defend, definitely not helping Cruz in that 46 truck, who is just opening up a huge gap here with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, he's the only truck right now in the 56-second
Just
bracket.
for
He's
clarity,
running by
I wasn't
himself, which
complaining.
is,
I would have done the
like I
same
said,
thing.
that's
You didn't do
crazy
anything
because the
wrong.
way these trucks draft, you would think that Lucas Strayer maybe or William Martin would be the faster truck being in the draft, but that also, the dirty air kind of conflicts that. And actually, you see as Dane goes down the Long Pond straightaway here, he gets up behind a lap truck and kind of drafts off him going down here into turn 2. So, I mean, easy there, Bryce. Bryce keeps it down on the bottom. Thought he was going to drift up there a little bit, but it's in an interesting start. It's going to get interesting next week. We go to the Rock, Ricky.
Yeah, short track is going to be a lot different than what we have going on this evening. But, these drivers just battling so much here. I mean, I know from the few laps that I was in the truck this evening that, everything comes into play. The draft, the dirty air, getting out in clean air, and not having any damage. If you scrape the wall just even for a second, that'll cost you a ton of time in the long run.
Well, as Peyton Johnson, he's fallen all the way back to 6 seconds back now. After that contact with the wall, as Dane Cruz has taken the white flag, a little less than 2.5 miles left in this Pythagorean Theorem 200. He's going to figure out the math. Like I said, it's the one math process I think I remember out of them all. Why, I don't know. But it was one that always stuck in my head. A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Yeah, that's probably one of the easiest ones, out of the geometry questions that we have there. But, Pocono is anything from an easy math question, as this track is difficult to navigate with these trucks.
Well, Dane Cruz is going to answer the math question correctly as he comes off turn 3. And we'll see the checkered flag, his third career victory, first of the season, and first for Red Sim Design Racing as Cruz conquers Pocono. Cummings will finish second. Lucas Strayer, William Martin,
Thanks, Christine, for
and Luke Daniels, a top 5 for him. Peyton Johnson ends up 6 after
Good job, Dane.
hitting the
You,
outside
you
wall.
went
He's
at
going to
the
be
right
disappointed
time. I
after
thought
that.
that was a
J.W.
little
Miller, after the lap 1 accident, going to finish
I don't know
7th.
how it went so
Fontaine,
fast.
the champ, ends up
I
8th.
didn't think you guys were running your tires
Drift
that
with
much, or,
that hunk of junk,
but
finishes
that's
9th.
great, good.
And Dalton Wilson, I believe,
That
a
clean air
second
is so
straight top 10
valuable.
for
Once
that
you
20
broke our
truck.
draft, you were
So,
just gone.
wow, man. That's crazy. But hey,
Good win,
obviously,
Dane.
Ricky, appreciate you guys. I appreciate you joining us. I know, I think you and I might be working on something in the future, a little tease. But appreciate you coming to join us, man. Safe travels. I know you got to go to Bristol this weekend. Enjoy it. Put the earplugs
You're
in.
at Pocono, right?
And I heard you earlier joking about a tunnel you're going to be hanging out at. Should that
Hey,
be
you
known
have a
as
whole
the
bunch
Mike
of
Harmon
damage there,
tunnel?
man.
Yeah, maybe, possibly. We won't say too much.
Okay, very good. All right, well, real quickly before I let you go, what would be your intro song?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Intro song. If you had if you were in the Bristol race, what's your intro song?
Man, I honestly don't know. That's a hard one. I'm thinking Danger Zone.
Nice.
Danger Zone,
Kenny
definitely.
Loggins. Nice. Oh, teammate, All right, man. Well, best of luck there this weekend, man. We'll talk next week.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Chris.
Absolutely.
You have a good night.
You too, buddy. Ricky Springer and the Ghost Toyota, unfortunately, finishing out of the race here this evening in the 27th position. Appreciate him coming up to join us. And that young man there is going to be a real good future. Get to know him and stuff because he's got a bright future ahead of him. So appreciate Ricky joining us. So, all right, let's look at the final results here from Pocono. Dane Cruz, his third career win. First since Atlanta back in Season 5 when he last raced. He gets to win as he gets clobbered by his teammate there, Caden Atkins. As Cruz wins it by 2.6 seconds over Alex Cummings, Lucas Strayer third, William Martin, and Luke Daniels, your top 5. Peyton Johnson, J.W. Miller. Sam Fontaine, Drift. And Dalton Wilson gets 10th. Travis Icavacci, 11th. Brandon Alphin, 12th. Jason Dalton, the first truck a lap down, finishing in 13th. Caden Atkins, 14th. And Tim Averill finishing 15th. Lane Sparling, Bryce McCune, Josh Gagnon finishing in the 18th position. Can't wait to see the boxing ring, by the way. 19th to Matt Telder, Stephen Miles 20th, Ben Pierce 21st, Dean 22nd, Drayton Cook, Cedric Ingram, Sean Peachin 25th, Cam Ingram, Alex Bryson. There's Springer, as I mentioned, finishing in the 28th position. 29th goes to Anthony Keys, Jason Branch 30th, Robert Lukens, Brian Sutphin, Jacob Black, Chris Evans, Jeremy Freer, Justin Bondurant, William Calhoun, Anthony Marshall did not start the race, I believe, there in the 72 truck as Cruz with a Polish victory lap. We'll let him do his thing as we start talking to some drivers in our little post-race show that we got going on. And our first driver, obviously third place finisher, and going to be probably pretty happy, I would say, with this one. And that's going to be the driver of the 41. Why is it not? Stand by here. I'm working on something. Apparently, it's not letting me move. It's not. Yeah, I'm trying to move him up here, and it will not let me do it. So let's do this. I'll just have to drag them up here myself. Not sure why it's doing that to me, but give me 1 second. A little technical issue here. There we go. Move to down there at the bottom. There we go. As we get Luke up here joining us. Lucas, great run there. Congratulations. It moved the wrong guy. Who did move up here? JW, go back to your room.
All right. Fine. You don't want to talk to me?
I'm like, why is Lucas still in his room? Oh, I'm firing my producer. Oh, wait, that's me too. Let's bring Luke up here as he joins us. Lucas, man, I pulled JW up here accidentally. I'm like, whoops. Congratulations on your third place run. Obviously, you kept it up front there. You kind of worked your way through the field, had to avoid some wrecks there. Unfortunate deal there. It looked like as you were going for the lead, caught the apron and, had the unfortunate accident there that almost caught you up in it, but still a great race and a great third place battle for you.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Asheville rooftop bar truck was absolutely fast. This was not driver. This was, as you probably saw, all my teammates were way faster than me, and I was just I stayed clean, but this truck was a rocket. Yeah, I got up there by just not wrecking and then stayed up there. I feel bad. I know Ricky's in here. Sorry, Ricky. I know my kind of mess up was the reason everyone kind of wrecked, but yeah. I got third! Let's go, Scala! Do you know what that means?
I don't know what that means.
If you remember from the last time I was here, there's beers tonight! When I get top 3, there's beers!
All right, well, enjoy your beers. I got to kind of play on bias still on the air here, Luke. I don't think I've taught you that lesson yet. But still, great run. Congratulations on that. Did you get the wall there? It looked like off turn 3?
I think I touched the wall. I think when Cummings was coming right near me, I think I barely touched it. I had my spotter say, "You're good, you're good." I'm like, I didn't even realize I hit the wall, but okay. So
I was wondering.
Yeah,
it looked close.
It was close, but it was a great battle. I knew Peyton was slowing down. I was trying to save my stuff, and I was trying to wait to see when to go. And then Dane and Cummings just jumped me, and I was not expecting that. And then Dane got away, and I tried facing Peyton, and I sent on Peyton, got a little tight. We both went up the track. I felt bad he hit the wall, but I was trying to get there, but I brought it home third. Yeah, this Asheville rooftop bar truck was fast, and we're going to go get him next week.
I like it. Congratulations on third. It was a tight battle out there, man. And shout-outs. Give them to whoever you'd like.
Sponsors, Asheville Rooftop Bar Tour, my owners, my teammates. I love everybody. I'm happy to be back. We got a third already.
He does love everybody. Fair statement there. Great job, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. You too. As Lucas Strayer finishes in the third position. And believe it or not, we actually we sent Ricky with a microphone. I figured, you know what? I'm going to let Ricky go do some mic work. And I sent him to let's get him. I'm going to let him talk to Alex. Them two had a great battle for the second position. Or for the lead, actually, earlier in this race. So why not? Let me bring Alex up here, and Ricky, I'll let you talk to Alex.
Alrighty, and Alex Cummings coming home in the second spot here. A great race out there this evening. You had a couple battles for the lead here, but really, what was the difference, Alex, between winning the race this evening and coming up short?
Honestly, I think it was that last pit stop there. If I didn't mess up and slide through my box, I think I'd had a better starting spot and maybe wouldn't have had a fight there as hard as I did there at the end. My tires were pretty much shot, mainly trying to hold on in second there after I got hit.
Yeah, absolutely, and a lot of wrecks out there. Take us through what it was like trying to get through those. Don't know really what spot you were in trying to get through all those cautions there, especially the huge wrecks that we had earlier on this evening. So kind of take us through what took you through those wrecks this evening.
Yeah, so after the first one, I know most of everybody came into the pits, and guys on our team, we decided to stay out. We figured track position was going to be more important, especially myself after not qualifying so great. So just try to stay up front and just be ahead of all the wrecks, and had one close call there at the end and just went back and watched it. Didn't realize how big it actually was until I saw it. But I think that's going to be the biggest thing with all these large card fields is just surviving and being at the end.
if I may.
Yeah.
Ricky. Sorry, if
Go
I
ahead.
may. Alex, how did it feel to battle this guy for the lead?
Hey, it felt great. I didn't think I would be up towards the front at Pocono, so I'll take it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Alex, you had a great run tonight. Second place is nothing to be ashamed of. A great run, and that'll definitely put you well in the points so far early in the season. Is there anybody you'd like to thank this evening for the great finish?
I just got to thank everybody over it that puts on the league and everything they do, and then thank Captain Esports for putting on great broadcasts and everybody out there for watching.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was Alex Cummings coming home in the second spot. And Chris, I believe, is with our winner this evening of the Pocono race here. And what a great race we had, Chris.
It was a great race. Appreciate Ricky going down there, throwing a little grid walk on there, post-race grid walk, if you will, as we move Alex back to his Lap 1 Legend team. And then Dane Cruz, the driver for Red Sim Design. And you know what? I'm going to bring his owner up here, I think, too. Do a double interview, as Blaine obviously didn't have the best run, but this guy did. Blaine Sparling and Dane Cruz celebrating here in Victory Lane as the 46 goes to Victory Lane. Dane, what in the world did you do at the end of that race? Because it was like your truck just took off.
I don't know. I think I just saved my tires a little better.
Everyone's answer.
I was just kind of riding behind him, and I was fine with riding behind him, and then I just got a good run off the corner, so I just went with it, and apparently I was quick enough to just pull away. I couldn't believe it either. I thought they were gonna stick with me because of the draft, but dang, I don't know. I guess clean air is just that good. So.
Well, how good does it feel to be back in a series that obviously you've run well in? I know obviously some things happened a couple seasons ago, but you come back, Blaine pulls you out and puts you in his team, and you go out here and win in race number 2, and you go to Victory Lane.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy, especially with this one. This one's pretty cool because I started 33rd, so I drove up pretty much with the entire field, raced pretty much everybody in the field, and came out on top. So I don't know how I did that, but I'll take it, and I hope Blaine's happy.
I'm going to have to check with Travis to see if that might be the furthest winner we've ever had in this league's history. So that's an interesting stat there, starting 33rd. But Blaine, obviously I pulled you up here because you took a chance last season. You stepped away from the Down Under team. You said you wanted to start your own little thing. You decided to fly halfway across the world and put a ring on your future wife's hand. You come back, put this team together, and you bring Dane, you bring obviously Caden, yourself, and I'm forgetting the other person. Forgive me. But Luke, thank you. And you guys put this team together, and here's Dane in the second start, puts Red Sim Design in Victory Lane.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing is we just wanted to have fun and, have fun while we're racing, which we did do. And, yeah, kind of like tonight, Dane was like, I'm just going to play it safe and run, the safe strategy. And he basically, did that all night until he was, at the front at the end. And so, just, having fun racing with your friends and just getting good results, hopefully. And so, yeah, that's it.
Are you watching My Cousin Vinny in the background?
No, I live right by a train track, and if I'm talking while the train's going by, my mic will pick it up, which is exactly what happened.
I immediately had My Cousin Vinny 4:00 in the morning scenes in my head just now. So great movie, by the way.
Yeah, I'm so used to it because literally every minute and a half, not really, but it's part of my life because I literally live right next to the train.
Do you call your landlord and be like, does this happen every day?
Well, they told me before I moved in, so it's my own fault.
Oh, well, fair enough. All right, Dane.
I know the feeling.
Dane, great job tonight. In fairness, I lived in an apartment that had right next to a golf course, so I can let you guess what happened once or twice. Dane, congratulations on the win, and shout out to who you like to.
I got to give a shout out to Blaine. He did all the talking to get me back in this league, so I appreciate him. I want to thank Luke Knupp because he was not here tonight. I'm sure he was watching, probably. Peak Performance Motorsports, of course. Got to thank them.
Said that pretty quick.
I don't want to thank Caden though. So, but yeah, that's about it.
What about Zach?
He shall not be named.
Oh, he's Voldemort now around here. I see how that goes. Hey man, great job, well earned. And obviously, I know it's been a couple seasons since you were here. You had that win at Atlanta back season 5, I think it was. And great job. Good to see you back in victory lane. Proud of you. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Absolutely, Dane Cruz back in victory lane again with the first team win for the Red Sim Design Team, Red Sim Racing team that was put together over the off season. Congratulations to them on going to victory lane here for the first time. As trying to see who else is out here, and like everybody ran away. Let's see. You know what? Let's pull him up here. Let's talk to Mr. Martin. I just pulled him away from live video with Travis. William, hopefully you want to have an important conversation. I wanted to pull you up here, buddy. Great job. Congratulations on the top 5 run there. You got to be something to be proud of there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Tonight with the 0-0 forward here, I didn't have the fastest pace. I didn't feel like I was going to be a top 5 by the end of the night, but I guess the way those cautions fell, and the thing that saved me the most is that last pit stop. I took the right side tires only.
Oh, don't
gained
say
a few
that, please.
positions. I did. I took right sides only.
I've been having debates out here with people about 4 tires versus 2. Don't do that to me.
I took 2 tires, jumped a couple positions, missed that wreck, and ran there with the leaders all the way to the end. So
I got to ask the obvious question. You saw those guys get side by side. You were about a second back. What was the first thought?
The first thought was stay doing what I'm doing. Don't try to do anything extra, because them side by side was going to slow them down and it was going to put me in their draft. So that was my only thought running through there was just stay calm, run my laps, and I'll get up to them. And that's what happened, and it put me right on the back of their bumper. A few things happened there at the front. I don't know. I didn't quite see it all, but I know I just picked up a few spots and was running fourth there. Was hoping that Lucas or Alex would have been side by side a little more, but they kind of kept it, nose to tail, and so we rode it out.
Well, great job, man. Congratulations on your top 5 finish, and send some shout outs to whoever you like to, buddy.
Shout outs to everybody on the team: Sean, Travis, Sam at Down Under Racing. Shout out to just the guys that I was racing around tonight. I know we had more cautions than we would have wanted, but that's racing with a bunch of trucks and a bunch of guys, trying to learn how to race around each other. I know I had a few good battles, especially Jason McCoon, man. He was like a thorn in my side tonight, but we had some good, clean, hard racing. We doored each other a few times here and there, but it wasn't nothing too crazy. It was just good, hard fought racing. Shout out to the league as a whole. Like I said, I know a lot of people ain't too happy tonight, but I feel like overall it was a good race. But hey, I had a good finish. So, and shout out to you for putting on a good show too.
Absolutely, man. Do the best I can, and you definitely. I think Bryce likes pizza. I think that's why he was doored you. Great job today.
I'm good with that. Yes, sir. Thank you.
You too, buddy. That is William Martin, top 5 finish for him. His second start there with the DUR boys, and a great run for him. As we'll get him back down there with Travis, as they were having a interesting combo, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Luke's down here. Let's talk to him and bring him up here. And Luke Daniels, 28 truck. Howdy. Yes, you a top 5 finish for you. It was definitely some ups and downs throughout that race, and you end up top 5, and great run for you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just as surprised as you, or maybe not as surprised. I don't know, because I would just like to point out that on the podcast, when discussing fantasy picks, I do remember you and Sammy Barnes talking about, it's a big flat track. Let's look at people who did well at Indy.
Right.
Named off a bunch of people, but forgot one.
I know I mentioned the winner at Indy, did I not?
I don't think so. I don't remember hearing it, but I'll let it pass. I mean, after I did qualify 20th and spent a lot of time at the back. Took a long time to figure everything out, and I had a lot of luck going my way. So I guess I'll give you a pass. But all in all, it was a fun race. Glad to get the result we had, despite the rough patches. And once again, sorry to Josh Gagnon. Just screwed up some spotter issues there. getting into them. But Lap 1 Legends had a great points day, finishing second and fifth, and keeping our playoff hopes alive. Let's see what this season brings.
Absolutely, man. Because I remember at this point last season, you were kind of having some issues, just kind of getting your wheels going, so to say, and that kind of thing. So good to see a top 5 out of you and out of the team. But how tough was it out there avoiding some of those wrecks? Because starting 20th, I mean, you were in the eye of the storm.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. Like I said, a lot of luck there. I got a bunch of Phantom 4Xs. I had 3 of them during that race where I didn't feel like I hit anything. I didn't hear anything, but I'd see a 4X and it didn't seem to have damage, so I continued on. But definitely a lot of situations where if I'd been just a few inches to either side, I could have been completely destroyed like a lot of other people were tonight.
I'm hesitant to ask this question, but I'm going to ask, how were the restarts today?
Surprisingly, not that bad.
I had to go there. Well, great job tonight. Shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, shout out to Lap 1 Legends and Telder, and of course Jim Herrick with 4D Racewear. I'd like to think that his awesome racing shoes helps this top 5 finish materialize.
Fair enough. I think that's a pretty fair point to say there. Great job tonight, man. Finishing 5th, and we'll talk soon.
All right. See you. Thank you.
You too, buddy. Luke Daniels finishing in the 5th position with the LOL guys, Lap 1 Legends. And I think that's going to be it from there, as we're going to wrap it up and send it home after a fantastic race at Pocono. Congratulations to Dane Cruz, Alex Cummings, Lucas Strayer, William Martin, Luke Daniels for top 5. And appreciate Ricky coming over and helping out with the broadcast and stuff. Obviously, door's always open for him to come and join, as, again, him and I have been kind of talking about some things, and who knows, might see Ricky a little bit in the future with me when he has the opportunity during some broadcasts. So I'm looking forward to some fun like that, but appreciate the family, of course, of his. He always brings his, I don't know, I got to figure out a nickname for his crew. I'm going to have to think about this one for a little bit. So maybe the Tiki Slinger Club or the... I don't know. We'll have to figure out that one. Anyways, congratulations to everybody. Thanks to Black Horizon, of course, for sponsoring the series. And big thanks to Luke Knupp for sponsoring the race this evening, the Pythagorean Theorem. That's going to be stuck in my head for a while. If you don't know what it is, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You can go look it up on the internet and figure out the math. It's pretty simple. And it's geometry. It's stuff that I didn't really pay attention to in, I think I did it in college or high school. I don't remember exactly. But for some reason, it's the one theory that I can do off the top of my head. But anyways, we're going from there. Next time you'll see us on the air, next Wednesday night, Rockingham, the 1 mile D-shaped sort of oval, worn out surface. That's going to be an interesting one. We'll be back Sunday night for the podcast, Sam and I, for talking about the recap of this wild race and, of course, get you ready for the Rock. And then next time I'm on the air on this channel will be Friday night for the... well, as of right now, hopefully Friday night, the All-American ARCA series with Casey. That's that war guy, his series there on Friday nights. Thanks for him to coming over to watching this series. And I'll throw a little bonus shout out if you're watching tomorrow night. I'll be over with GLSR, or not GLSR, that's this league here, with GSRC over at the iRock series. Going to be broadcasting those for a 3rd straight week. Appreciate Joe for letting me go join them. So I don't have to do much work other than talk. I'm good with that. Anyways, hang out. We're going to see you next Wednesday night. This is me rambling. I'm going to shut up now and go away. Remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya.